Hi, this is Natasha Lewis with Big Rock Organics, and this is week 8. We are halfway through the season, and wow, what a bountiful, colorful box this is. We are so excited. So let's take a look here and see what we have in the box and some ideas. We do have a few new things, so very excited to introduce you to a few new things and a few return items that we have missed in the season. So let's get started. Of course, the sweet corn. So we have not graduated to growing sweet corn yet, but there's a farm here in Big Rock. It is conventionally grown, but it is delicious, and it's picked the same morning that you get your box. This is bicolor corn, and a little bit later in the season we'll have some white sweet corn, and hopefully one of these years we will branch out into doing organic sweet corn, but we need a little bit of practice at that. And you know, it's just another fun adventure on our plate to add. So for now, we've got this delicious corn from Phillips Farm in Big Rock, just down the road, about 10 minutes from us. We've known the family for about 20 years, and you know, they do a great job with their corn, so I hope you enjoy that. Now, if you haven't, enjoy the corn raw. I love raw sweet corn. In fact, I will just eat it right off the cob here raw. It is delicious, it's milky, it's so good. You can add it to a salad, you can add it to pasta. It's wonderful. Another thing I love to do, I mean, you know, let's face it, basically we'll probably just eat this corn, boil it for a few minutes, put some butter, some salt and pepper on it. It's so delicious. But I really love Mexican street corn, and I make an easy off-the-cob Mexican street corn. We'll put a recipe in for that. But basically it's a little bit of mayo. We're making homemade mayo ourselves these days, and a little bit of Mexican cheese or Parmesan, lime, tahini, what else is in there? Some chili powder. It's so delicious, and I also make that with my frozen sweet corn all throughout the winter. It's really, really wonderful. So enjoy the corn, folks. It's just a fun seasonal treat and something we enjoy sharing with you guys. Of course, we've got more of those delicious beans coming your way. We do have some purple beans coming, so we'll be doing a mix of all different colors with those purple beans. They're just on the cusp of coming in, but we've got these delicious yellow wax beans, and I hope you've been enjoying them. Now, if you are overwhelmed with beans at any point, just blanch them, so you parboil them a little bit, you know, just so they're about halfway done. Spread them out on a cookie sheet, and then pop them into the freezer. Now, they'll freeze individually, and in the winter you can pop them into soup. I saute them, so I pull them straight out of the freezer, put them into a pan with a little bit of olive oil, saute them, and you know, they're not bad. They're definitely more delicious than your average, you know, store-bought bean. And if you're feeling like, wow, I've got a lot of beans, I can't quite use them all, go ahead and freeze some. You will not regret having some of these delicious veggies come winter time. Speaking of freezing, shredding zucchini and freezing it, or any of these squashes, in fact, you can add that into pasta sauce later on, chili later on, even chocolate zucchini cake later on. So I always take any excess squash and just put it in the food processor, shred that on up, put it into bags. And I usually find about 3 cups is perfect size-wise for what I need for a recipe. All right, we've got shishito peppers this week. Okay, so there are some people wondering, is it a hot pepper? Is it a bell pepper or sweet pepper? So we are trying to hopefully make some distinctions for you between the hot peppers and the bell peppers, because we don't want anybody to get confused there. But shishitos are kind of a really cool pepper. So they are not spicy, though occasionally there will be a spicy one, so sorry if there is, but occasionally you get a spicy pepper. But these, I just toss them or spray them with a little bit of olive oil, and then you want to grill them until they start to blister and pop and dance on the grill, and then pull them off. And honestly, a little sea salt on top of there. I usually make some sort of Asian mayo soy sauce sort of dipping sauce, and you eat them whole, and you just don't eat the part up here with the seeds. But they are so good, and it's kind of one of those great things you can do while you're snacking while grilling. I love grilled shishito peppers, and we actually enjoy taking them to people's houses when we know there's going to be a grill out, because it's a great little grill appetizer sort of thing. So shishito peppers They have kind of made their entrance into the world in the last few years, a little bit new, but they are delicious. So those are our shishitos. Speaking of fun things you can do, we've got eggplant, and eggplant is definitely one of those weirder vegetables. I hope you're finding some good ideas for eggplant. I just think they're so beautiful, and they are really great for any sort of like meatless alternatives. If you're trying to do a little bit of, you know, a lighter summertime eating, they're great for that. So you can also use eggplant in baked goods, which is so weird, but it's basically like a moist ingredient like an applesauce. So that's another idea for you. Now, I do like these long Asian eggplants because they make little coins and they make delicious fried eggplant, and that's a great little thing to do and enjoy. Now, I'm all about the sauces, so I love making different dipping sauces, so that's a fun way to change it up. You can go a little bit Asian with the sauces. You could go a little bit Italian with like a marinara. You could do a really great, you know, chipotle ranch or something like that. A garlic aioli is always a real hit. So you could do fried eggplant, but then do a sauce charcuterie and have different sauces. While you're at it, fry up some zucchini too, because that's delicious. In fact, tempura is just a delicious meal on its own, and there's so many great vegetables to do that with. All right, so a savory little bundle of herbs this week. This is rosemary and oregano, and this just smells so delicious. This is a great little savory vegetable bundle. You can dry this. I usually just take my bundle, kind of split it here in the middle, and then hang it over a line and dry that. So try drying it, because this is great to season potatoes, meat, any sort of root vegetables with, and you know, just so delicious and fragrant. I love that rosemary, and very proud of rosemary. It's a little tricky. We haven't grown it every year, but we're getting better and better at it, so excited to debut it a few times early in the season here. Tomatoes! Very excited about the tomatoes starting to come in. So we have a bunch of different varieties coming your way, and this week the early planting was these Abraham Lincoln tomatoes, and they are so velvety. I had a great burrata, toasted sourdough sandwich, open-faced sandwich with these tomatoes. So I did also just post a burrata peach tomato basil recipe from an Instagrammer that I follow. I love his profile and his videos. He's from England. He's just a really fun, innovative guy, very farm field focused, and has some great recipes. So we've got some different tomatoes for you, and the best way to know when they're ripe is just by feel, but usually the shoulders will change colors, so we try to give you variety so you have a few days. Some of them are a little more ripe than others, and if you get overwhelmed throughout the season, I'll just give you this tip early on. Just pop these babies in the freezer whole, wash them, put them in the freezer whole, and then you can enjoy them later on in the season. When you remove them from the freezer, you just rinse under hot water. The skin slips off, and then you can chop them while they're still partially frozen and add them to soups, chilies, sauces, etc. But for now, I think we're gonna enjoy them just eating them fresh. Lots of little cherry tomatoes. I think these are some of the most beautiful artistic tomatoes. Just loving all of that color. And one of my favorite things is to do a rice wine vinegar, sesame oil vinaigrette, and I could eat any sort of vegetable with that basic, simple vinaigrette. It's so delicious, but those tomatoes are just picture perfect and so pretty. Hope you've been enjoying them. We've got some scallions coming back, and we've got also some other onions. This week we're doing the Cippolini onions. These are a small skewering onion. They're really fun for putting on kebabs and things like that. And they're actually starting to dry out, so they might have a little dirt. Do not wash these until you're ready to use them, and just slip the skins off like a normal onion, brush off that dirt. And we did put a few in baggies because the dirt was a little bit clumpy today. It didn't quite dry out properly, and so that's why they're in a bag. But these guys, you want to take them out of a bag, let them dry on the counter, and then you can use these. But these are a flat little onion, and I love them for shish kebabs. We have arugula, baby arugula. So we've tried to introduce some of our greens and our spring crops, you know, back in the fall. So things that are grown in the spring, we try to reintroduce in the fall. And this arugula crop is gonna come and go quickly, but it's so delicious, and I love arugula, tomatoes, balsamic reduction, anything together like that. So hopefully you can enjoy a little salad with that baby arugula. We've got some bell peppers. The peppers have been slow and weird this year, so sorry. Some years they're amazing, some years things just don't take off as well. So hopefully the peppers will have a revival, but they're a little bit on the small side this year, but you know, it is what it is. So we've got some bell peppers this week for you, and then we've got a new carrot. These carrots have the most impressive tops. Oh my goodness, so many tops. And they are rainbow carrots. So we've got some of the purple carrots, white carrots, peachy carrots, yellow carrots, and we are getting into this new crop. So, you know, some fun different colors just to change it up a little bit. And we got those favorite cucumbers of yours. So, oh, and beets. These are those bullseye beets, and they're a lot of fun. You can always roast these up and keep them in your fridge, pickled. You add them to a salad or something like that. Slice them up really, really thin on a mandolin, roast them. They're just so colorful and pretty. So lots of great things in the box this week and lots of great flavors. So I hope you enjoyed this diversity this week and the colors. Look at all that yellow in the box. I love how the season changes and the colors change throughout the season. So thank you for joining us on week 8 of the CSA. Happy cooking, happy eating, and we'll see you next week. Bye.